What's up, Guffers? Today I am breaking down the must-draft running backs for fantasy football in 2021. I'm not going over some of the obvious guys like Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey. I'm looking at some of the guys who are being drafted in the later rounds who may be a little undervalued, who I think you need to snag in those later round picks. Before we get started, remember to like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter for more NFL and fantasy football content. Now let's get into those must-draft running backs. All right, starting off, we have Najee Harris. He is currently going with the last pick in a 12-team draft. He in the first round, so 1.12 is where he's going. He was a stud in college at Alabama. Steelers always have a good running game under Mike Tomlin, and Najee will feast on this team, in my opinion. Very athletic guy, can do it all, pass catching, running. I think he's set up for success here and will be great for fantasy football. And I would be extremely happy if I have the last pick in the first round and I'm able to scoop up Najee. Next, we got Clyde EdwardsHelaire. He is going right around 3.2 right now, third round, second pick. He finished as RB22 last year, so low-end RB2. But I think he's going to do much better this year. He's arguably on the best offense in the NFL. Whoever the Chiefs' starting running back is, he's going to get points, and it's definitely going to be Clyde EdwardsHelaire. No Le'Veon Bell. Nothing should hold him back. He should have an RB1 season easily this season. Next, we have Josh Jacobs. He's going right around 3.9 right now, and I've even seen him drop into the fourth round. This makes no sense to me. He finished as an RB8 last year. I think his ADP will go up before the season starts. Kenyon Drake does not worry me at all behind him. He's not going to cut into a major share of Jacobs' snaps. Jacobs a great running back. He's going to be another RB1 again this year. Next up, we have Miles Sanders. He's going about 4.4 right now. He finishes the RB23 last year, so a low-end RB2. But he missed a lot of games, and he was playing with a team with a terrible offensive line and no wide receiver help whatsoever, so it was really all on him to get it done. It's going to be much better this season. I think the O-line will be a little bit better, a little bit healthier, and they have Devontae Smith now, someone who can stretch the field, and they won't load the box as much. So I think Miles Sanders will have a much better season this year. That's a steal to me in the fourth round. Next up, Travis Etienne. He's going at 4.9. James Robinson, he was an RB1 last year. Offense has only improved. It's only better. There's no reason to think Travis Etienne will not be an RB1. He's much more explosive than James Robinson is. I think he's a much better player. There's no reason he shouldn't succeed. Now, it is possible he got a split snaps with James Robinson, but they didn't really play that way last year, so I don't think they'll play that way this year. Next up, I have Leonard Fournette. He's going in the 10th round. Yes, he had a bad season last year. Still, he's on a great Bucs offense. 10th I'm willing to take a chance on a guy who's finished as an RB1 before in fantasy football. He's still pretty young. 10th round, I'm taking a chance that he might be a good player again. Next up, Melvin Gordon. He's going in the 11th round. He finished as the RB14 last year, a high-end RB2. I do not understand why he dropped so far. Maybe he'll rise as we get closer to the season. This is a must-draft in the 11th round. Why would you not want an RB2 that you can scoop up in the 11th round of the draft? That's a steal, hell of a value. Must draft Melvin Gordon. He had a good season last year. Still a good player. No reason to think he won't succeed. Next up, I have Raheem Mostert. He's also going in the 11th round. Right now, he's listed as number 1 on the depth chart. Whoever the lead back is for the 49ers, they'll be incredible for fantasy. Kyle Shanahan is saying that Mostert is going to be the starting running back day 1. No reason not to take him at his word. I'll take a chance on Mostert, draft him, and play him and win fantasy games until he gets hurt or whatever. Next running back gets in the rotation. 11th round, it is worth it to take Mostert and get those fantasy points early in the season. Next up, we have Damien Harris. He's going in the very last round, the 15th round. He's listed as a top RB on the Patriots depth chart, and if you watched him play last year, he looked very good. Clearly the best back on the team. No crazy fantasy games, none of those crazy 30-point games, anything like that, but he had a lot of games over 100 yards. He looked very good running the ball. I think he'll keep it up again this year, if not be even better. I think he'll get in the end zone. I think the Patriots are going to get better. The run game's going to get better. Harris could end up being a top fantasy running back, and if you can get him in the very last round of the draft, great value. Must draft him in the last round. Finally, we have Tevin Coleman. He's going in the 13th round in NFL drafts. Michael Carter, he's listed as the third on the depth chart, and he's going a lot higher than Tevin Coleman in drafts. I'm not too if he's listed as third on the depth chart, I'm going to go with the starter right now, who I can grab in the 13th round. If that changes, then clearly, reconsider. But if he's starting RB that you can get in the 13th round, why not? Running backs are the most valuable position in fantasy football. It's hard to find a good one. Take a chance on a starter in the 13th round. Even if it doesn't pan out, and Michael Carter is the stud RB for the Jets, who cares? You took a chance on a starting running back in the 13th round. Well worth your time, well worth the pick. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments section who the must-draft RBs are in your opinion. Let me know if you agree with some of my choices. Let me know if I'm wrong. Just my opinion. We don't know right now. That's going to do it. Grow up, subscribe, and get guffed.